Everybody, it's time to end Shark Week with The Reef. I did The Shallows on Sunday, and then I did Shark Night, and now let's talk about The Reef. So, this is hailed as one of the best shark movies since Jaws. It has like an 80% Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody seems to like it. I even know some people on YouTube here that have commented before in the past about how much they love The Reef. And I had never seen it before this viewing for this review, so do I agree that it's a great shark movie? It's a really good shark movie. I don't think it's fantastic, but kudos to the director and editor for keeping this movie as good as it is, because when it's got this premise and this setting and they're just in the water for the most part, it can get stale and boring if you don't know how to keep the tension there. And this is a very nail-biting, like very intense movie. So kudos to the director and editor and just for making this as great as it is. I don't think it's fantastic or anything. It would probably make my top 5. I still think Jaws is clearly number 1. The Shallows and 47 Meters Down, I really like those movies. Those have a lot more style to them. And visuals and whatnot. I like the characters in that movie. These characters are fine. I mean, they're based on real people. This is a based on true events movie. I haven't done any research to find out how true that is. If it's really based on true events, I would hope that they're not lying about that. Why? Why would you lie about that? So maybe it is based on true events, but I would put this maybe at like 4 or 5. Maybe this is better than Deep Blue Sea, but that one has more entertainment value. This is not a very entertaining shark movie, and that would be really one of my only negatives towards this film, is that it's not a very entertaining like adventure shark movie. It's not stylistic or anything. It's just very grounded, and therefore it doesn't really have that entertainment going for it. It's like a one-time viewing, maybe once a year if you're just in a shark movie mood around Shark Week, you could pop this in, but it's not a very entertaining movie. It's definitely got some great tension in it, and there's really no surprises in the film either when you know it's based on true events and you've read the story, and therefore, like, as you're watching the movie, you're like, I know who's going to make it out of this. Somebody's got to make it. It's based on true events, so one person's at least going to make it. And when you're introduced to the characters, you can basically finger point out, like, this is the main person. This is who's going to make it out. This is who I need to pay attention to. And then there's, like, no surprises along the way. Basically all of them except for one are going to die. So there's no surprises in the film, although there's a couple of effective jump scares, so I guess that's a surprise. But yeah, that's really my only negative, is that there's no surprises here. You know what's going to happen, and it's not very entertaining. So outside of that, I thought the performances from these people were really great, realistic. One person gets so scared that they like are hyperventilating. The other one's like frozen in shock, like Brody's son in Jaws when he first encounters the shark. Some realistic reactions. I didn't see any really dumb decisions. That's a lot of nitpicks that you'll hear in movies like this, where they're like, I would have done this, or I would have. There's nothing here that I saw where I was like, oh man, that's such a stupid decision. I didn't see anything like that. I thought they were all very realistic in their decisions and their reactions to the situation. I probably would have pissed myself. None of them do, surprisingly. That would have been like a cool scene just to add to how realistic it is if we actually got a scene where one of them like pissed themselves. You don't see that enough in horror movies. People actually like pissing from fear, just like you never see people puking from pain in movies. Like when you get in so much pain, you're supposed to like pass out from it or puke. You hardly see that side of reality in films. I also just find the situation in this movie to be very terrifying, just like in 47 Meters Down, just like in The Shallows. I'm not sure which one's worse. I don't know. I would have to think about that one. Maybe 47 Meters Down. I mean, they're stuck in a cage. 47 Meters Down. There's like 2 or 3 sharks around them, and they got oxygen tanks that are like running low, so they're gonna drown. Scary stuff. And swimming straight up is not really an option because they'll get the bends. In this one, they have to like swim over 10 miles from their flipped over boat to shore, but they're not even 100% sure if there's an island out there. This guy he seems to be confident that there's this turtle island out there. He's like, I think it's 10, 12 miles. And they're like, all right, we think you're accurate with your information there. But the thing is like, he could be wrong. So that would always be weighing down on your mind as you're swimming out there, like, whoa, this guy's full of shit. And then the sun goes down, and now it's like, it's pitch black out there. You just have the moonlight. And it's like, it's already terrifying enough not being able to see what's beneath the surface. Now you can't even see above the surface. All you can hear is like little splashing from whatever fish are like hopping around, and you don't know if it's a shark making that sound or if it's just a school of fish. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Just giving me goosebumps. I was on the edge of my seat during a lot of this movie. Like I said, the tension in this movie is great. And I love that finally we have a shark movie that doesn't have to rely on CGI. There's no CGI. There's not even practical sharks. It's just real shark footage that they got, and they use it very well. You know, you never really get to see the shark with the actors. It's just POV, and then you'll see like the shark swimming in the distance. It starts to go into frame. The way they utilize the real shark footage in this movie is great. Maybe there was a CGI shot. I don't know. Like there's one shot where you get like this cool like, you know, shark scare where it like grazes right by them and it like takes one of their floaties away. Maybe that was the CGI shark, but it's so quick that you wouldn't even notice if it was CGI. You even get like a cool like dolphin scare where it's like they thought it was a shark, but it's just a dolphin. Like breaks up the tension, like, oh, we're okay, and then boom, that's when the real shark comes. So yeah, and then you got like a situation where the chick's foot's bleeding, so it's like she's attracting the shark towards them, and just kind of a dark ending for this survivor. And what happens, what makes this person the last one alive. It would just bring so much guilt to them. It would weigh on their mind every day, like, I could have saved that person, but I fucked up. So just a dark ending too. So I really enjoyed it. Very tense shark movie that I can see why people love it. You know, just not very entertaining, like not very like stylistic, and just not a whole lot of rewatchability to it. But on a first time watch, that's when it's the most intense. That's when it's the most terrifying. The situation is frightening. It would suck to be in that situation. I appreciate the real shark footage instead of going the CGI route. It's more grounded, and that makes sense if you're going to tell a based on true event story. So if you haven't seen The Reef, I recommend that if you're looking for a very nail-biting, hair-tingling shark movie, this is a great one to check out. It's on Amazon Prime. You can check it out for free. But if you want to add another great shark movie to your collection, then I recommend it highly. Go out and buy it. And those are my quick thoughts on The Reef. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button, hit the share button, and become a Patreon for as little as $1 a month to request movie reviews and support this channel, help it grow, and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.